Hi there, today I'm sharing a process video for Project LiveSpread. It's for spread photos from Christmas last year. I'm still working through my 2014 album and my 2015 album. So here you can see I've got the templates that I talked about in my Project Live layout share, and the first thing I do is get the photos out from my album that I already have printed and place them where I'm going to put them. Sometimes I move them as I'm doing the layout, but generally they stay where I've put them. I was just showing you the papers and cards I've chosen, and they're the Simple Stories new Christmas range called Klaus & Co. Showing you all the bits and pieces, some gorgeous enamel dots, the cards, washi tapes. Some of those two washi tapes are just ones from my stash, and the other ones were from the collection as well. The stickers and photo overlays, brads, and a sticker sheet, and I also got some 12 by 12 papers. So these cards are actually from I think it's called an Instagram pack or a Project Live pack. It's actually got 4 by 6s, 3 by 4s, and I think it's little 2 by 2s, maybe even smaller 4 by 4s as well. So really versatile pack. I absolutely love it. So I've also cut some of the papers from the 6 by 6 pad because not all the cards I wanted to use, because I didn't want to cover up the picture or it wasn't the right colour I was going for. So I pre-selected my cards and cut my 6 by 6 paper pad pieces down, and you can see that I'm laying them out where I want them to go. So I've got both spreads when I plan, and then I'll move one side of it away so I can work on just the one side. More so it's the other one's not in the way, and so that you can get a better view as well of what I'm actually working on. So I've just got my glue tape runner and adhering the photos, which I've already trimmed down. I just tried to trim down everything and select most of my product beforehand so that you so the video wasn't too long, because that can be a bit boring to watch. So I'm just taping. Once I've got my photos and cards and papers selected, I generally just tape down everything, or tape down the photos, so I can get a better visual look of what's going to go where, and then when I move it as well, it's not going to fall over. So this is Christmas Day, as I said, of last year, and I've already scrapped a few pages of Christmas Day, more so of the same day with the same family, but you know, the lunch and the food and the presents, and that's already been scrapped. So this is the next page in the same sort of event. So I'm just going through the ephemera pack there. Excuse me. So this is the ephemera, the separate ephemera pack, as opposed to the Project Live card pack that has a little bit of ephemera in it as well, but that's in a separate tub that I had out. So I'm just looking through the pieces to see what will fit where. And the cards themselves and the pattern paper is quite busy anyway, so I don't want to overdo it, but I just want to fancy it up a little bit. I don't know if I mentioned the bottom right hand corner. I used a piece of vellum that has a beautiful gold embossed words. I'm not sure what range it's from. I'd have to double check that. I'm not sure, but because when I picked up this range from Sassy Scrapper here in Victoria, in Australia, online, and I just put a few extra things in my cart as well, including a few different gold vellum pieces, and the Yuletide pink paisley Yuletide enamel dots that you saw me show earlier, and the Christmas tree paper clips is from that same range as well. I'm going through the washi tape booklet here. I decided that the card in the middle row on the right has printed washi tape on it, and I want to replicate that and add some dimension by adding some actual washi tape strips. So I'm just sticking those, overlaying them, deciding if I want them ripped or a neat edge, and just folding them over. I'm not too stressed about conserving the piece, because you know, there's so much in these books. It's really not, you know, worth sort of ripping that off. So just mixing and matching the patterns a little bit, having a play around. I'll pop this dot on, but I don't think it stays there. I think I decide that I don't like that look, so I get rid of that. Yeah, I put the Christmas clip on, but I think it doesn't even, I don't think that makes it there in the end either. It's funny when you're scrapping, you have an idea of what you want and then you change your mind along the way, so it's all part of the fun. This is a sticker sheet that was in the same range. So many beautiful pieces. You'll see by the end of the layout that I actually don't use, I use some of the ephemera and stickers and things, but there's so much. And that's okay, because I'll do lots of Christmas spreads. I've still got some of last year's to go, and I've also got this year's that hasn't happened yet. And I'm also doing also going to do a little December daily this year as well. More so, it'll be just an album, I think, and it's for a friend, so it won't have photos, it'll just be the actual base album. So I'll need lots of Christmas goodies to do that. So sorry to be refilling my stapler on my tiny attacher on film, but I was going to just try and go without it and refill it later and do it later, but I was getting agitated that I didn't have any staples. I really wanted to get a staple on there, so I'm much happier with that circle embellishment on top of that washi there. Looking again at the sticker sheet, what to use. One of the little banners. Again, the group photos, I don't really want to add too much to take away from the photos or to make the paper too busy, but just adding a few little simple elements. And the foil accents in this range are just gorgeous. There's lots of gold foil and red foil. The candy cane pole that you can see on the North Pole sign and that red heart that I put on, they're gold foil, and they're just gorgeous. So moving that sticker, deciding I want on that side instead. Good cheer. Wanting that good cheer sign. Sorry, I think an email just come through, that's what that beep was, it's distracted me. But that's pointing to the photo as if everyone's mucking around in that photo. Going through the stickers, and again they're all, a lot of gold foil and red foil, and they're just beautiful. There's so many. When I was going through those and saw the red alpha, oh wow, love those, can't wait to use those. But this is the sort of thing that I would normally hoard and not use, which is difficult, but I've had it less than a week, this collection, so I'm really glad that I've used it straight away, and I can't wait to use it again. So I'm just going to write my journaling on the card. Won't be able to see exactly what I write from watching it now, but I think it says trying to have a group photo where everyone's looking and smiling is so difficult in such a large group, and particularly when the boys muck around. So pretty much to that effect is what it says, because it's my husband's family we had Christmas Day with, and he has a brother and 2 sisters, and everyone has children, so there's lots of us, and trying to coordinate everyone is next to impossible. So just documenting that, but that's a typical thing that happens for a Skinner Christmas, so that's why I like to document that and have the 4 photos that look similar but are in fact very different. There's those enamel dots. So by this stage I've got pretty much everything in place, and I'm just looking for the finishing touches. I'm going to try and replicate patterns across the 2 pages, so you'll see when later when I do something with the washi tape and enamel dots, are just using quite sparingly, and then I'll replicate that on the next page as well. These enamel dots are gorgeous. The bigger dark red ones are glitter through them, and they're just beautiful. So you saw I did a pen outline with my Sharpie as well on that journal card, just to make it pop a little bit. So I've pulled in the second page, the right hand page, and again you can see, look, with using the cards that are quite patterned, I don't have to do too much. I love this little piece of ephemera. It's a cheerometer, and I thought that was appropriate considering my husband's looking quite tired and grinched out. So yeah, and another little banner again to just add something to that card and bring in the same element from the other page. I don't always add 2 of everything or 3 of everything, but it's just, it's nice to continue a theme. So with the cheerometer, I decided that I'd try and put a little dot or something to indicate what number the cheer was, and put it at number 1 because this time of night that the photo was taken, the chair was not very high at that stage. And the other journal card, and I'm just going through the washi tape again to stick some pieces on. As I said, I want to replicate the other card, not have it the same, but just bring in that washi strip look again. And even though I didn't use the card that had strips on it, I've just made it using the strips. Tucking that in and just adding a few different colours and layering them along to get the same kind of look. You get so much on these little books. Never use all that. But I do like the books as opposed to rolls because, you know, they're you get such a variety. So while I'm doing that, I'll just put the little journal card on the left, Ho Ho Ho, the typewriter I love in every collection, or any collection that has a typewriter. I'm always in love with it, and it has no significance to this range being a Christmas range, I guess, but or to this layout being a Christmas layout, but I just love it. I think it's so cute. And the clip finally makes it back, and it actually does stay on this card. Some of the pattern or picture type clips don't sit properly, but these ones are really good. They sit nicely and you see the full effect of the tree. I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but some clips might be a camera or something, and then you stick it on and it just doesn't sit right and doesn't look like the object anymore. So I'm just looking through these stickers to see if I want to add anything else. One of the circles, I think they'd be roughly a 1 inch circle, I think you'll find, or a bit less, but yeah, they'd be great for the homemade flare that you can stick on if you want to, or you could use Dimensional Magic or something to make glossy accents to make it a glossy image as well. Just going around with a pen on that card as well, just to replicate what I've done on the other page, and because it's quite a busy solid card as well. Just sticking a couple stars for a bit more interest. Let me know what you think at the end of this video, whether you like the speed and you like the way in which I've filmed it and processed. I am an amateur filmer. I'm not an amateur Project Life, but I'm an amateur filmmaker. So yeah, please bear with me and be nice about it. But it is difficult sometimes to get the exact right lighting and the right your page in the shot of the camera, because I use my iPhone to film, so it's above my workspace, and it's hard not to have my arms in the way or lean into the filming and get shadowing, and I'm filming a bit later in the day just because it's practical for me, and then the sun's gone down, so I'm having to use a bit of non-natural light. So I'm just doing my journaling here, and on this one I'm talking about how such a big day of eating, drinking and chatting, that we're all very tired, and the kids are all playing on their electronics and phones, and the parents, the adults, are just chilling and relaxing. We had a wonderful day. So I'm just laying out both spreads together so you can see them together, and I know that it's probably a little bit awkward to see on the template. It sort of makes it a little bit not as clear to look at, but I will have some stills at the end of the video so that you can have a really good look and some close-ups as well. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you'll subscribe and leave me some comments and give me some feedback and let me know what you want to see. Okay, so yeah, enjoy watching the stills and close-ups, and any questions let me know. Thanks so much for watching.